Masai Mara, Kenya. The massive area in the Malaika and Ashnil Camp territories was once held by the world-famous lion Scarface and his three brothers, Morani, Sikio, and Hunter. Unlike the Disney adaptation of Lion King, Scarface was the real Lion King in the savannah. He lived for 14 years, and unlike other male lions, he died of a natural death. It should be noted that male lions live for 12 to 15 years. Growing up as outcasts, he and his brothers resort to extreme measures in order to survive. But the battle-scarred warrior returns one day to lay claim to his territorial birthright as the king of the glade. They are normally killed by other upcoming male lions and hyenas after ruling the pride for 2 to 3 years. Scarface, at the time of his death, was the oldest living lion in Masai Mara. He roamed between Kenya and Uganda. He was named Scarface after a fight when he lost his left eyelid. The fight was a famous battle called Pride of the Pride. The lion got its name Scarface owing to a big scar on its face. It was the most sought-after lion in the Masai Mara National Reserve. In the year of 2011, when Scarface, along with 3 other young males, invaded the Marsh Pride territory, they were nomads, full of swagger and aggression and pumped with testosterone. They were almost impossible to tell apart, except for Scarface, who stood out straight away due to his disfiguring wound. At 4 years of age, they bore scruffy, blonde and ginger manes that would, in time, darken and spread. We named them the 4 Musketeers: Scarface, Morani, Sikio, and Hunter. The Musketeers' defining moment came in October of that year when they confronted 2 Marsh Pride males known as Claude and Romeo. The duo had already lost the 3rd member of their coalition and were in the twilight of their tenure. Males are considered beyond their prime by 9 or 10 years of age. Claude was almost 14 and Romeo was only a year or so younger. Hopelessly outnumbered, Romeo ran for his life toward Rhino Ridge. He was later spotted near Little Governor's camp, brawling with hyenas over scraps of food, and was never seen again. Their domination repeated the pattern we had witnessed from another coalition of 6 males, known as Notch and his boys, after their own ousting from the Marsh Pride by Claude, Romeo, and their companion in 2007. Notch's coalition went on to claim the same prides of females that the Musketeers would, with Notch 13 years of age when he died. Known for the striking scar across his right eye and his magnificent mane, the beast starred in several documentaries including on BBC's Big Cat's Diary. Scarface defied the odds and lived what conservationists say was an impressively long life for a lion. Most male lions only last 2 to 3 years as king of the pride before being killed off by rivals or enfeebled by battle wounds. Scarface stayed at the top for much longer. However, wildlife photographer George Logan told The Guardian he had this exceptionally big mane, which apparently makes lions more attractive to females. While other lions will think twice to step their foot into this water, Scarface used to cross the crocodile-infested Mara River every now and then. He was feared of nothing. Out of the estimated 850 to 900 lions in the reserve, the sight of Scarface completed the tourists' expedition. He was among a pride of lions in 2016 dubbed the Four Musketeers, who took over the Paradise Pride, comprising 9 females with cubs and a few young males. Scarface and its brothers dominated the Malaika and Ashnil-Camp territories along the Mara River. Despite sleeping for long hours during the day, he was often seen with his brothers Sikio and Morani. Their other brother Hunter died 3 years ago. He narrowly escaped death after being speared by a Maasai herder, but with the help of Conservancy vets, he was soon back on his feet. He was often described as the world's most famous lion. The story of the Musketeers started back when 4 young males appeared in Rhino Ridge in Masai Mara Game Reserve. This was towards the last half of the year 2011, and the 4 young males had just dispersed and were out looking for territories and prides to take. Towards the end of 2011, the 4 males had already been drawn by the roars coming down from the Muziar Marsh area. It did not take them long to track, fight and dethrone the 2 dominant males of the Marsh Pride, namely Claude and Romeo, banishing them for good from the Marsh area, and the 4 settled in with the Marsh females as Pride males. They became star attractions, with the local guides naming the 4 Musketeers: Hunter, Morani, Sikio, and Scarface. Scarface soon stole the show with a distinctive scar above his right eye, giving him that charm and ruggedly handsome look to top it off, with an impressive dark mane as he matured. The Musketeers didn't stop there, as they went on to conquer and take on new territories and prides with them. It was during these quests and territorial takeovers and fights that the Musketeers started disappearing one by one. Hunter vanished in August 2019, while Sikio succumbed to injuries from territorial fights in early 2020, leaving Morani and Scarface still holding on to the Lookout Pride. Most male lions last 2 or 3 years as the king of the pride and are killed by rivals or become weak from their battle injuries and are set upon by hyenas. But not Scarface. Known for the striking scar across his right eye and his magnificent mane, the beast starred in several documentaries, including on National Geographic and BBC's Big Cat's Diary. The 14-year rule of Scarface coming to an end seemed obvious when he was sighted a long way from the rest of his pride and his coalition partner, feeding on a hippo carcass in the company of 3 younger males, known as Salah's boys. Wildlife officials described to The Guardian. Even near the end, he defied logic by dragging himself 25 kilometers back in the direction of his original territory, near to where he was born. We feared the worst when we saw him in close proximity to the Salas males, a trio of the most ferocious young males in the Mara, but they respectfully let him be, even when he defiantly snarled at them.
Scarface defied the odds and lived what conservationists say was an impressively long life for a lion. After years of living as a champion in Mara, Scarface started becoming weak in the final days that led up to his death on June 11, 2020. 9th of June, 2020, the king, legend, and very famous Mara hero Scarface was spotted here between Caboso and Double Crossing area. Looking very tired, hopeless, and anxious. It's quite rare for a wild lion to die peacefully and of natural causes, but thankfully and fittingly, this is what has happened to Scar. He lived wild and free right to the end, in the land of his birth. The death of Scarface leaves only one surviving member of 4 male lions, known as the 4 Musketeers Coalition, because of their long domination over a variety of prides in the vast area of the territory they held. There is no doubt that Scarface was the undisputed king. He's gone, but not forgotten. Rest in peace, Scar. Kenya and the world will not be the same without you.